Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. While we're getting close to the big debate, which is tomorrow night. And, of course, it'll be covered right here on The Blaze. Tell you more about that in just a few minutes. Are you psyched for it? Are you ready?
Unbelievably excited.
Yeah.
Unbelievably excited.
I think we all are. I just hope expectations aren't too high.
I know.
It's hard not to have them sky high, though. It really is, because Joe Biden is brain dead. Let's face it.
I know.
Can barely walk, and he's brain dead.
They've had him stashed away for a week now.
Mm-hmm.
And so
preparing him for whatever onslaught is coming his way.
We'll see.
We'll
I
see.
know. It'll be interesting. I know. And what Keith Boy, RFK, he's doing his own special thing on X, right? Is he going up again? Yeah, come on now.
I have no
You
idea. What RFK at the same time?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a competing thing.
That's dumb.
Yeah, really
We should do
stupid.
that.
But he thinks he's a force in this. And he kind of will be. He'll take votes from somebody. He's not going to win.
Right.
But he's going to hurt one of the other two.
Yeah, I already closed this. It's
a message from him?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Come and hear me speak, but you have to be very close to hear me. Let's see here. It was a New York Times, you kind of do like a interactive poll, and I was messing with it because it's got the option if it's Trump and Biden or Trump, Biden, and Kennedy. And New York Times thing, it shows that Biden is the one that hurts the most when Kennedy is included on the ballot.
Good.
That's good.
I can't find
He
it
should
right now.
be.
Yes, he should.
Should be. But, a lot of conservatives were kind of taken in for a while by RFK.
Because he was saying some of the things we like to hear.
Yes. He's got some good policies now. I don't know how that change came about. I don't know that he's ever explained it. But, yeah, he's turned around on some things. And he's softened on others. He's still a crazy left-wing kook, though.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't know where he stands really on abortion. That changes pretty much daily. I just don't.
And he's against. I mean, he's all for climate change.
Yes,
policies.
more than all for climate change policies. He actually advocated for those who deny that climate change is man-made to be put to death.
He may have pulled back on that.
Yeah, he might have pulled back on that just a tad. Too late. Too late. But there are polls that have had him around 20%. I mean, that's significant.
Yeah, one of the criteria he needed for the CNN poll was 4 polls where he was 15% or more. He had 3. And then he had to qualify on more states. I don't know what the threshold was there.
Whatever it was, he wasn't going to be able to meet it because they weren't going to. They didn't want him.
They specifically
CNN would have just changed it. They would have just said, "Oh, we said 4 polls. We meant
do we mean
5?
12? I meant 12 polls.
Sorry.
I always get 4 and 12 mixed up.
Oh well. Bad luck.
Well, too late now.
Take care.
Too late. My bad.
It would be very interesting to see the 3 of them debating because I would like to see who he puts on the spot more with his stances, because if you box Biden into a corner and he's up there, he's trying to play to his base. At the same time, he's trying to deflect from Trump. It would be entertaining.
That's why the rules are such as they are, so that he doesn't get pinned into a corner.
Absolutely.
Trump just discussed yesterday with what led to him saying yes to all of these rules. Byron York reported a conversation with him where he called Jake Tapper fake Tapper.
Funny.
Yeah. Typical. So he said what they did, I'm pretty sure, this is Trump speaking, is that they approached me with a debate that I couldn't take. Yeah, we've speculated on that the whole time. That was the whole purpose of all of these rules. That Trump would say, no, I can't abide by that. Well, then we're not going to do it. If you can't agree.
Donald Trump won't do the debate.
Yeah. Convicted felon Donald Trump
right.
Can't agree to our rules. Okay. So Trump noted how Tapper and Dana Bash were selected as moderators, went on to list other rules that CNN announced. No audience, originally sitting down, a dead debate, turn off the mics when you're not speaking so I can't interrupt him. They knew I wouldn't accept that because it was CNN, Dana Bash, Jake Tapper, and I like an audience, and probably he doesn't. Who knows? They thought they would present it. I would say no. And they would say, well, we can't debate Trump because Trump said no. So I said yes before they even gave me the terms. So he got roped into it. I knew that's what happened. Exactly what happened. I mean, everybody knew that's exactly what happened. But so what? Now, though, he has to perform.
Yeah. Yes. No question. No matter what the rules are, he has to perform.
Yep. Now it's put up. Not necessarily shut up because you don't want to not speak during the debate, probably. That would be a bad idea. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow night. 1 more day, 2 more days of anticipation, and then we get to it. See what they have him hopped up on. I really wish he would have said, yeah, sure, I'll do a drug test.
Yeah, no way.
No way.
Yeah, in fact, Trump posted this on Truth Social yesterday where he is saying that drug test for crooked Joe Biden, I would also immediately agree to one. So he's saying, let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh, how I want that to happen.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, but it's not going to.
No way.
He can't.
No way.
I'd be fascinated, though, to see what kind of substances are.
I'd be fascinated to see the cocktail that's inside of Joe Biden. I'll tell you that.
Adrenaline's part of it, but there's some anti-dementia component here. There is. There has to be.
Some of the drug tests might not even cover what the scientists are putting in him. So
maybe it's undetectable so far. I don't know, but going to be interesting tomorrow night, and we'll have all the coverage for you, of course, on Friday. We're going to do the post-debate wrap-up rather than our normal Free Think Friday, last Friday of the month kind of thing. All right, so we do have some good news to discuss with you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As if the debate wasn't enough.
As if that weren't enough. George Latimer beats squad member Jamal Bowman in the New York 16 district Democratic primary.
Bye.
Yeah. Last I saw it was 58-42. I mean, wasn't even close. It was not even close. He was up by 16. And I think that was with 80%
I think
reporting.
He finished 55-45. We have the concession speech last night if you'd like a clip from that.
I would love a clip.
We should not be well adjusted to a sick society. We should be outraged. We should be outraged when a super PAC of dark money can spend $20 million to brainwash people into believing something that isn't true. We should be outraged about that. We should be outraged when, unfortunately, some so-called Democrats are aligning themselves with radical, racist, right-wing Republicans. We should be outraged about that.
This guy sucks. This is unbelievable.
And that is why we have so much work still to do. And so I thank everyone for coming out. Please scream to the top of your lungs for all of the volunteers of the Bowman for Congress campaign, yo.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
He's good.
What class? What sophistication? That's terrific.
Don't be pulling any fire alarms, bro.
Oh, man. Jamal Bowman got his fat ass beat. The Jihad squad is down one seat. And at least we got one psycho out. So now AOC can pout. All right, you got to ride the volume on that a little bit. Bring that down just ever so slightly. All right, so
hold on. Can I see his shirt again? Because you know that you're absolutely criminally insane when you wear a shirt with your name on it. What are you, 12? What is that? Bowman.
It's his campaign shirt.
Oh, is it a campaign shirt? I thought it was like specially made. JB wear.
Very well, it might be.
Probably is.
Okay.
But a little casual for election night.
By the way, his the numbers are in on his rally there that he did with AOC, who you mentioned in the lovely song. I think less than 1,000 people, they're saying, showed up at that. How many people showed up in the Bronx for the Trump event? I don't know what that number
12 or something like that, 18.
Oh, it was 12 or 18?
It was 18, yeah, something like that.
Slightly north of 1,000, which, again, AOC.
Well, AOC won, too.
Yeah,
she did
AOC
win.
She did.
got her seat back. I mean, she looked good with Bowman the other day, too, man.
Did she look good with
did.
him? No, she looked like a moron.
No, that was a good look. She was looking.
No, that
Yes,
was
it
not a good look.
I disagree.
And I love the fact that as she's screaming and yelling and bouncing
I didn't say
around
she
the
sounded
stage, they still got their butt kicked.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that. And now this guy's probably every bit as radical as Jamal Bowman.
I don't know.
But, I mean, he's pro-Israel, so there's one thing. But just get Bowman out of there. That's awesome. What a douchebag he is. And then what was he talking about that people are lying about him? Was that the
other campaign? I don't know. Maybe about the other campaign, saying bad things about him, which
I think he's mentioning he's still trying to say that he didn't pull that alarm on purpose. Yeah.
Which,
still trying to do it.
Right.
And there he is. Goes over, takes the signs down. Oh, and then pulls the alarm.
Yeah, that's an accident.
A moron.
I was trying to get out the doors. Or, yeah.
This turned out to be the most expensive congressional seat primary in history. They spent $24.8 million.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
25 million.
Spent $20 million.
Yeah, well, he
to say
was
bad
in on
things
that.
about him. Yeah,
yeah. I think that there was a Jewish PAC that spent like $15 million, so they wanted him gone.
Have a
And
nice
good
day.
for them.
Yeah.
Bye. I mean, the guy was disparaging Israel right up to that rally the other day with AOC. But again, she did win her primary. Lauren Boebert, who was in trouble for a while in Colorado, did not look like she was going to win. She came back and she did win.
Yeah, she moved districts, which helped.
Yeah. Also, the Republican in Utah that I think he's already a Utah rep, right? He's in the legislature, I think in the state legislature.
Is he running for Senate?
He beat the Trump choice for Mitt Romney's seat.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Is that good or bad?
I don't think it's good.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Progressives won in Utah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh.
So kind of a mixed bag, but we got rid of Jamal Bowman at least. Bowman got his fat ass beat. The Jihad Squad is down one seat. At least we got one psycho out, so no AOC can pout.
I mean, there's that.
There is that. Yes, a mixed bag of results, but that's a pretty good one.
Yes, it is.
If you're going to get one thing out of the night, that's not a bad way to go.
No, it isn't.
Really not.
It's a start.
Yeah. So, more illegal alien news. I wonder why. I thought the border was closed. The border is secure. And he just hasn't been able to get those dang Republicans on board with securing the border.
Hate him.
I wish he could. I really do, because, man, he's been trying hard. Ever since he wiped out absolutely every precaution that Donald Trump took on day one of his administration, it's just been these Republicans fighting against him. So, MS-13 members attacked two men in New York.
An alleged MS-13 gang member indicted for an attack that blinded two men. Prosecutors tell us Gensel Soler Avia stabbed the men in the eyes and face following a fight at a Huntington Station bar. This happened last December. Now, one of the alleged victims had to get a prosthetic skull and more than 50 staples in his head. Soler Avia's bail was set at $500,000.
Prosthetic skull.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know that I've heard of that.
I didn't know
before.
that existed.
I don't.
Well, when you import the third world,
you find out all kinds of fun things.
Yeah.
Wow, you got a fake head? Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that was
could
possible.
use one of those.
He could. And the innards that go with it.
Yeah.
You could use a brain transplant. which we haven't quite perfected yet. But 4 females were attacked by an immigrant in a Virginia water park.
The man charged with sexual battery involving 3 girls and a woman at Water Country, USA, was in a York County court this morning. Zia Ulak Fariki faces several charges. At his arraignment this morning, he required a translator because English is not his first language.
What?
When asked if he needed a court-appointed attorney, he
list?
answered through the translator, telling the judge, quote, "I am an immigrant and don't have any money." His next court date is July 17th.
Get
out. Yeah. That would be a good way to handle it. Deport him. What are we messing around with this stuff for? It's incredible. And you know what? It's all on Joe Biden.
It sure is.
All of these crimes now are on him because of his policies. The catch and release, the you can't make them stay in Mexico anymore. So this is all on him. It's all on him. I'm just tired of
these stories. It's never ending now. I mean,
it is.
It's every day. It's story after story of importing the third world here to the United States.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that, I don't know. It seems to be an issue.
And since his conviction, Donald Trump has bumped up 5 points. I've seen with support, and I wonder if it's the conviction or if it's every story we get, like this one out of New York or Virginia or Houston, you name it. And I think they realize that the border is going to be a lot more tight with Trump as president than Biden. I think that's where, I mean, I have nothing scientific, but I think that's where his support may be.
Well, the polls all show that, I mean, Americans want them gone.
Well, yeah.
Overwhelmingly.
Yeah. Want to deport them.
Yeah. Get them out.
Which they're trying to say that they overwhelmingly support making them citizens.
Yeah.
No, it's just the opposite.
No.
Just the opposite.
These next 2 clips, I know we got a break here, but these next 2 clips are going to enrage you.
I'm already enraged.
And the illegal front, even more so.
All right, we'll get to those in a minute. Join us for the uncensored debate analysis you need before you hit the voting booth. It's not the tired, pre-approved talking points from the talking heads that legacy media shows you and shoves in your face. The fact is, our hosts don't always agree, which is what these events should be about. It's time to bring back the age of real conversation where we discuss the issues that America really cares about. Go to blazetv.com/debate. Use the promo code DEBATE for $30 off your annual subscription and get exclusive access to chat with our hosts during the debate, our live fact check, and totally uncensored analysis. We also have some really special announcements about new exciting content coming to Blaze TV. So don't miss out. Subscribe right now. blazetv.com/debate. Use the promo code DEBATE, and you'll get $30 off. We'll see you about 7:30 tomorrow night. It's Eastern time, right? 6:30 Central. 5:30 Mountain.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
4:30 in California. And in Guam, it's like 3:15 or something. So,
Yeah.
I think it's tomorrow in Guam.
Is it? Oh, it's the other. Yeah, it's 3:15 tomorrow in Guam. So
Don't worry about it.
very
today.
confusing. Just don't live in Guam. There's a simple solution to this. Don't live in Guam.
And it's a risk if you live in Guam that you might end up
Turn over and capsize. Yeah. That would not be good. Not
Yeah,
good.
don't watch the debate with friends. You don't want multiple people together.
Oh, not in Guam.
Yeah.
No. Start having a bunch of people come to one side of the island.
No.
And my concern is it would tip over and capsize. Even though
we don't anticipate that.
Obviously some people don't anticipate that, but those are the stupid people who don't plan for these kinds of eventualities. In Houston, community leaders are mad at Trump because he referred to the rapist murderers of 12-year-old Jocelyn Nungari as monsters. Okay, take a look at that.
Monsters should never have been in our country, and if I were president, they would not have been in our country.
But leaders with Fiel and LULAC are warning against this kind of rhetoric and the dangers that come with it.
We know what happened in El Paso with this type of rhetoric of anti-immigrant. Migrants that are here actually commit less crime in terms of percentage proportional ratio as opposed to U.S. citizens.
Lumping any community for the mistakes of a few is not a good thing to do. It's not the
Pause
right
it for a
thing
second.
to
First
do.
of all, he didn't say anything about your stupid community. He was talking about the people who raped and murdered a 12-year-old girl.
That's it.
That's it. That's all he did. That's all he was talking about. It's not like, hey, all these people coming across the border are monsters.
Methinks you doth protest too much.
Oh man, no kidding.
And I would like to see those
numbers.
numbers.
Yeah, the number, the percentage.
Those numbers, yeah.
The percentage, yeah.
I would too.
We don't even know how many illegals are here, so how can we do an accurate count of the percentage?
You can't.
And let's say that's an accurate statement that American citizens are more crimes by a higher percentage than illegals.
So
who cares? One crime by an illegal is more than we would have if the border were locked down.
That's exactly what we've said all along.
Thank you.
Okay, we don't need your crime as well as ours. So it's completely irrelevant, but I don't believe the stat anyway. But let him finish.
Let him finish.
Oh, God.
Jocelyn's family
Look
says
at that.
her
So
funeral will
sad.
be held this Thursday
They haven't
afternoon
even
at
had the
1
funeral
p.m.
for
at
her.
Earthman's Rest Haven Funeral Home along the North Freeway near Rankin Road. Mattress Mac said he will pay for the service. The public is invited
Such
to
a
attend.
good guy.
He sure is.
Jim Massengale, Mattress Mac, such a good guy. Such a big part of the Houston community, too.
Can I just point out that stupid news channel there? They went out of their way to go to these places to get these quotes. What did you think about what Donald Trump said? So instead of talking about this family and these monsters, they're like, we got to get a quote from these Latino groups in town and make a big deal. Make that the story off of what Trump said, called them monsters.
Oh, LULAC is agonizing. We used to battle with LULAC all the time when we were in Houston. Oh, my gosh. What a nightmarish organization. They're a lot like the Southern Poverty Law Center. Just radical, left-wing douchebags.
Right.
Oh, man. I mean, you can't call rapists and murderers of a 12-year-old, you can't call them monsters? I don't care what nationality, what race, I don't care who they are, where they're from, they are monsters.
Right.
If they're going to do that.
It's stunning in this whole illegal alien criminal rampage stretch that we're going through as a nation, that the left is so hung up on how you refer to these people.
Yeah.
And on MSNBC the other day, Joy Reid, we didn't play the clip, but she's stopping the discussion where she's like, okay, we're not going to use the word illegal. I mean, they're so hung up on how we are calling, how we're referring to people who are breaking our laws and committing these heinous crimes.
Well, you change.
That's the issue.
Change language.
Yep.
Change the culture. And they know that, and they've done that. So they keep hammering. They keep hammering away at that nail. Here's an NBC News report on illegals inside America.
Tonight, NBC News has learned more than 50 migrants with potential ties to an ISIS-affiliated smuggling network are at large in America. Many illegally crossed the border and were released into the U.S. by Border Patrol because there was no information suggesting terror ties at the time. Now their whereabouts are unknown as immigration agents look to arrest them, U.S. officials tell us, saying they're among a group of over 400 migrants DHS identified in the U.S. from Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Moldova, Kyrgyzstan, Georgia, and Russia as subjects of concern because they were brought to the U.S. by an ISIS-affiliated smuggling network, something the FBI director warned about earlier this year.
Some of the overseas facilitators of the smuggling network have ISIS ties that we're very concerned about.
ICE has located and arrested over 150 of the 400 migrants so far, with some already deported from the U.S., officials say, adding authorities are not panicking because their ties to ISIS are not certain. But they're prioritizing their arrest out of an abundance of caution.
An abundance of caution.
Volume of
It's not a food
border,
recall.
Individuals from ISIS and other affiliated groups have recognized it as a weak point in our defense and they're using this opportunity to try to sneak in.
Where'd they get
NBC News was first to report on a similar arrest of a Uzbek man in Baltimore, whose country alerted the U.S. he was affiliated with ISIS. That man, like the others apprehended so far, was arrested on immigration charges, not terrorism-related charges. ISIS-K has claimed responsibility for deadly terror attacks in Russia and Iran in the past year.
ISIS-K?
ISIS-K, yeah.
Is that like Special K?
Yes.
Just the ISIS
that's
version?
the new brand, yes.
Okay, this is ISIS Light. This is less calories.
Better for you in the morning, the whole thing. Yeah.
Well, it's the generic version. Like when you go to Walmart, it's like the Equate.
It's the off-brand.
Off-brand, yes.
All right.
Oh,
you got it.
I thought it was actual Special K, but no.
So
I
apparently,
apologize.
it's the Islamic State from the Khorasan province. So there you go.
Okay.
Special K.
And there's more.
In Russia and Iran in the past year. And recently, the DHS Inspector General sharply criticizing vetting at the U.S. southern border, saying DHS is at risk of admitting dangerous persons into the country or enabling asylum seekers who may pose significant threats to public safety and national security to continue to reside in the United States. Two senior law enforcement officials told NBC News they are not tracking a terror plot from this group of migrants, but their arrest on immigration charges come out of an abundance of caution.
An abundance of caution.
I keep using that abundance of caution. It's like a food recall. We're just out of an abundance of caution.
I hope Trump and his team are taking notes of all this stuff.
No kidding.
He's going to get hit with all manner of BS and lies. I hope he's got some stats like this. With all of the terrorists that have come across that border, with all of the smuggling of drugs and people, and we had that story. I don't think we got to it yet, but the cartels now are doing VIP service for these illegals. You pay them, I think it's $15,000.
Yes.
And
is it? I've not heard that.
They're
Is it
making
like Uber Black for illegals.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes, but you can get a discount and some recall on a little bit of your money if you smuggle some heroin or cocaine or meth with you when you cross the border.
And they were saying
they give you a little discount.
That if they smuggled a kilo of cocaine across the border, they might get $1,500 for it. Well, when you're doing humans, it's much more lucrative than that. Much. So
is there a Groupon? Because I'd be looking for a Groupon if I'm sneaking up.
Yes. And you get some nice deals when you do the VIP package.
You do.
Like they limit the amount of people they pack into the back of a semi to 80. I think it's just 80, where normally it's 110.
If I pay extra, can I have the little
more elbow room?
Can I have the breathing hole on the side of the wall?
I think we set you up with an entire breathing room. Yeah, for the VIP
for
package.
$15,000? I think not. You're not getting the whole
you got to go to 20. You got to go to 20 for more breathing room. You're right.
And smuggle a kilo. We'll give you a breathing room.
This is just unbelievable.
It hurts, man.
I guess there's a complimentary piece of bread in it, too, for some of the people, for trips over 1,500 miles. And they throw in 3 sips of water from the driver's water bottle.
You want to talk about VIP?
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
10% fewer sexual assaults if you pay for the VIP package.
Right.
So these caravans are expected to fill up fast and sell out quickly. Get yours now. If you're in Colombia right now, you need to be in touch with the Sinaloa cartel and tell them, hey, look, I got to have that VIP package.
Once they're gone, they're gone.
What's the promo code?
The promo code is...
North 20?
Yes, North 20.
Northbound 20.
It's Biden 24.
Biden 24.
Yeah. Agonizing.
Yes, it is.
It's really not funny, but all you can do is laugh at this point. Otherwise, you have a heart attack from all the rage that's building up inside of your body.
The border is dynamic.
Yeah, it's dynamic. All right.
And don't forget secure.
Yeah.
Secure and dynamic all at the same time. So great.
If you wanted to destroy this nation,
what would you do differently? You don't need to do a single thing differently.
You do not.
It's almost like they're doing it on purpose.
Oh, well.
Almost.
Yeah.
Yep, almost. All right. We're going to chew the fat with Jeffy next.
Avocados from Mexico.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Yeah. When you need rock, Pat Gray Unleashed is there.
This side of the bay.
Pat Gray Unleashed, America's best rock.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right. All right, got some tweets here. Dallas Creamer 94. From the river to the sea, Jamal Bowman will be free of his duties in office.
Yeah.
I like that. Nice.
Get out.
I like it. Pat's burning retinas? Retinas. My burning retinas or retinas.
Retinas.
Yeah. I bet Jeffy could come up with a drug cocktail to make watching the debate more enjoyable
And
for
I
us.
actually plan to.
Okay. Be watching for that. John C. Garcia, this debate is brought to you by Pfizer. For those times you need to perform.
So is your newscast.
Pat's 34, Falcons 28. Does the Blaze drug test its hosts? Be interesting to examine Jeffy's daily cocktail
What's their
as
problem?
well.
Don't worry about.
Don't worry
my
about
cocktails. Okay.
Don't worry about.
We're talking about the president. Okay.
Also, I've always wondered if Keith sneaks bourbon during the show breaks. No,
He does.
yeah, he doesn't wait for the breaks.
100%.
Again, don't worry.
Don't worry. From Big Poppy, let's see. If the immigrant in that court case story didn't have any money, how did he get into the water park to assault 4 women?
That's a good question.
Millennial Pathead, considering every illegal breaks our laws to get into the country, 100% of them have broken a law. Exactly.
Yep.
Right. Bulldog Mama, if it saves just one life, does not apply to criminal illegals assaulting and murdering Americans.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not the truth.
Who's the guy on Instagram who makes the videos? He's sitting around eating at restaurants and he just makes these good points. He had one the other day that said, why do liberals call for more gun control after every shooting, but they don't call for more border control after every murder by
so
illegals?
Good.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
Right?
Yeah, brilliant. Such a great observation. All right, and then we have from Pinky is the Brain. Been too long since we got to listen to that celebration song. Please, one more time.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
a
all right.
request?
Jamal Bowman! Wait. Hold it. Wait.
Thanks for calling. We'll try to get it on for you.
Live radio.
During the All Request lunch hour, you might be hearing that one coming up. Good morning. Jamal Bowman got his fat butt beat. The Jihad Squad is down 1 seat. At least we got one psycho out. So now AOC can pound.
Right. But, he's got, we're going to just take one Democrat, like you said, and replace with another Democrat. But I thought Thomas Massey had an interesting tweet last night. He's like, who runs the House of Representatives? 2 of the 3 bills that we're voting on tonight were written and introduced by Democrats. So it doesn't even matter who runs the House.
Jeez.
We're not getting anything. We're not advancing the ball of conservatism.
It's incredible. All right, so here's Jeffy with Chewing the Fat. Yeah.
Pride Month.
Pride Month is here, so sing it loud and proud. See, it's pride time. There's no shame in allowed. It's not Liz or Red or Flu that's shaking the ground. He's a much bigger star, known the world around. Now quiet the applause and take your seat. Let's chew the fat before Jeffy has to eat.
Yeah.
Think about it. Speaking of Pride Month, just a reminder, Friday is National Pride Day. I know this gives you enough time finding out today to, maybe put up some more decorations than you already have up for Pride Month. So it's celebrated to commemorate the Stonewall riots in New York in 1970. President Biden will be in New York. He's going to be joined by Elton John on Friday at the Stonewall Inn to mark the 55th anniversary of the first night of riots that helped launch the modern gay rights movement. And then he's got a big fundraiser that he's going to go to in New York. I mean, I guess Barack helped him out in New York. Barack helped him out in L.A. And apparently he's going to be in New York on Friday, but his do people say he has no plans to make a surprise appearance at the Biden event. So I guess he's not going to help him out at Stonewall. So I guess Joe just goes and blames Elton for AIDS again, and we're good, right?
Yeah.
So, I'll see how that works out. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange spent more than a decade in an embassy in a British prison, has been released. And as part of his plea deal with the U.S. prosecutors, he left yesterday. He's actually back in Australia as we speak.
How long has he been incarcerated?
Well, he's been in prison
10
for
years at least,
right? Yeah, right. And he was in prison for 5 years or something like that, three or 5 years after the embassy debacle.
Right.
Yeah, Ecuador
effectively,
kicked him out.
14 years in various places.
Okay, right. I mean, it's interesting how it's happening now.
Yeah.
I'm kind of torn on this because, I know he's a supposed journalist and all, but he kind of broke the law. And so kind of.
So what makes this any different than, say, the Pentagon Papers being released? He was just transmitting as a journalist what was given to him.
Now, well, he broke. I thought that. Now, again, he hasn't had his day in court, and he pled guilty, right, to get out for the plea deal for time served, and you're good. But I thought
first journalist under the 1970. Is it 1917?
Yeah, but he
Espionage
helped
Act.
break into the servers to get that information. And there was some military information that was part of that as well. That went against our troops, hurt our troops, and hurt some of our people who worked at embassies. And so I'm kind of, okay, all right. I'm not, I don't know that he's a hero.
Yeah.
He's not a hero. I will say that clip we showed of him boarding the plane to go to the Mariana Islands or whatever, that was to face the judge because it's in our U.S. territory. My favorite part, I guess he was happy and was able to use the restroom at the airport because as he gets to the top stair, you notice the toilet paper comes off the bottom of his shoe.
Oh, stop. No.
There it is. And it's like, dude, dude, what are we doing?
Look, I haven't been in society for a decade and a half. Back off. That is awesome.
So I don't know. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'm glad that didn't make it actually onto the airplane. I noticed that Keith failed to mention yesterday the Florida Panthers won their first Stanley Cup. Defeating his boys over there, the Edmonton Oilers, 2-1 in Game 7.
Heck of a game.
It was a great game.
Heck of a series.
A lot of fun. The Oilers' Connor McDavid won the playoffs' most valuable player.
Yeah.
First player since 2003 to be part of the losing team and win it. I mean, this guy is super hockey, and he still doesn't have a Stanley Cup, though. He's got all the records, and he's Mr. Hockey, but no Stanley Cup. So the Stanley Cup is back in Florida 3 times third time in the last 5 years, right? A couple with the Lightning, now with the Panthers. But just know, and we had, sports is we had the College World Series and Tennessee defeating Texas A&M. Those were fun games to watch. But we have 58 days until college football begins.
58?
58 days.
Wow.
I think 71.
Incredible.
71
until
the
fast.
NFL.
I'll tell you that.
By the way, Stanley Cup hasn't been in Canada since '93.
Nice.
Incredible.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to college football. Let's go.
Me too. But because now all we have is we have baseball and we have WNBA. Okay. Today's Chewing the Fat segment brought to you by.
By the way,
don't even start with me. Don't even start with me.
Did you see the crowd size in Atlanta for Caitlin Clark's visit compared
They
to
had to move it
I
from
did.
the
They moved it to a different venue.
From 3,500 normal attendance to 17,570.
Well, that's capacity. I think they had about 12,000.
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But, I mean, that's still,
They moved it.
4 times what they normally have?
That's correct.
Yeah, so that's great.
Might want to
But
start
it's not
protecting
just her.
BS.
Okay. Today's Chewing the Fat segment that brought to you by Kexi Cookies. You know, it's pronounced like sexy, but with a K. Kexi.com.
Ew, don't say that.
KEKSI.com. What do you mean?
Gross.
What do you mean?
Why?
Gross?
Why?
It sounds weird from your mouth.
Well, look at
that on the
Tell
screen.
me that's not
Come on.
sexy. That
That
is
is
that's much better.
sexy from
That
Kexi.
is sexy. Yeah, sexy.
Yeah,
So good.
That's what I said.
And if you order right now, I think they can be there by the 4th of July. For your big 4th of July
Oh,
get
yeah, there you
together,
go.
your family
Nice.
barbecues.
Nothing
delicious.
better to
Nothing
celebrate
better.
Independence Day.
It's for sure.
Than Kexi Cookies.
Than gourmet, delicious cookies.
Kexi.com. Mm-hmm. Happy birthday, America. Last week, I joked about the possibility of SpaceX going up and picking up the Boeing astronauts that appear to be stuck at the ISS.
Yeah.
This might actually happen.
Yeah, they have some real problems with the
Yes, they do.
Boeing rockets.
Starliner, yes.
They're afraid. The reason they won't go is because they're afraid catastrophe is going to happen
That's
once
correct.
they pick them up. I mean, they know they can get there. It's getting them back in one piece
Now, they
that
claim
they're really concerned about.
They
Scary.
They returned on Friday. We said they were going to come back on the 26th. Then after the show on Friday, NASA said, "Ooh, we're pushing that back to an undetermined date." And now Boeing said now they're going to adjust this come back after a spacewalk scheduled on July 2nd. So they've targeted a return date of July 6th. Boeing spokesperson said, that was helium leaks, and the majority of thruster problems on the Starliner spacecraft, they've been deemed stable and not a concern. So, okay, only one of the capsule's 27 thrusters remain offline. 4 of the 5 thrusters had shut down and are now operating normally. So, I mean, their time limit is 45 days. They was designed, I think the full amount of time is 45 days docked at the ISS. So that gets you till what, July 20th, 21st, something like that, with the time they went up on the 5th, got there on the 6th, so somewhere in there. You may actually get Elon sending a SpaceX Uber up.
You might.
And getting them out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Elon yesterday had a launch and it was successful. They were all celebrating while
that was his
Boeing,
10th. That was his 10th Falcon Heavy launch.
While Boeing is trying to figure out how to come back to the Earth.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Boeing's got some real issues.
Real issues.
They do.
The plane, their spacecraft. Jeez.
I know, real issues.
I think the federal government wants to charge him with something. Yesterday came out.
At Boeing?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
some people think this started because they moved from Seattle to, was it North Carolina?
Yeah.
And it screwed things up.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's why.
And the CEO, I mean, he testified and he, apologized and said that the things are going to work out, and he's quitting.
No.
I mean, he's leaving at the end of the year. They can't find anybody to replace him. I would just like to say that his salary was $32 million a year. I will be happy to run Boeing for, what do you say, $10 million a year? So email me, chewingthefat@theblaze.com. We'll talk.
Jeffy is willing to take a 2/3 pay cut from the last CEO. That's an offer. How could you refuse
I don't
that?
know. I don't know how they could, Pat.
You can't.
What if they come back and say $5 million a year?
Oh, see, that's why we need to negotiate.
Yeah.
Email me.
Yeah.
Just, we'll work.
And you can talk about it.
Right? I'm not going to say yes right off the bat.
Right, of course.
I mean, you're paying him $32 million.
You're only going to give me 5?
And he's out.
What is this, discrimination
He's
against
out.
fat
You can't
white
even
people?
find anyone. Wait.
What?
Wait,
what was that? I'm sorry, excuse me.
It's like a non sequitur there.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't know who said that. It was AI jumped in there. That was wrong.
Okay. Sorry.
That was wrong.
Okay.
Shut down that AI.
I will shut that down. I apologize for that.
Okay, I was just a little concerned there. No problem.
Like that.
Yeah, you needn't be. We're going to take care of that situation.
We'll take it out. No one heard it.
So let's see. I don't want to do that story now. We don't have enough time.
Wow.
We don't have time for
Kind
that
of a letdown.
story.
I wanted you to talk about that.
No, I don't want to do it.
What do you think about the Kevin Costner Horizon, an American
I'm excited.
Saga movie?
I'm going. I'm ready. We got tickets for Friday.
Yeah, me and Jeffy are going on Friday.
Chris
You want
it
to come?
opens Friday?
Yeah. You want to come?
Yeah, I'd
We
like
got
to
tickets.
go. I wasn't
Friday
invited.
afternoon.
But,
Friday afternoon.
Huh.
3
What
o'clock.
time?
3 o'clock.
3? Yeah, I'd like to see
Friday
it.
afternoon. We're
frankly.
going. Yeah, because
We'll get you another ticket.
I missed the invitation to the screening that we had available to all the employees here at the Blaze. So have to pay for it. It's a little disappointing.
But still,
I'm excited, actually.
It's getting pretty good reviews that I've seen so far.
Yes, it is. And Kevin is, everywhere promoting it. So.
It's like almost a 3-hour movie, I guess.
It is a 3-hour movie.
And this is one of 4?
And it's one of 4.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
The next one is Jeffy, August 28th.
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, number
August
2
28th.
is in August, yeah.
Did Costner write it?
This is all him.
Wow.
And his money.
Yeah, he invested big time. But it's also a lot. I mean, all the promos look a lot like the Taylor Sheridan stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's where I think he and Taylor were butting heads on Yellowstone. And he also came out and said that no Yellowstone for sure. There's no.
Oh, yeah.
He posted a clip online that said, I just want to let you know that's not happening. There was, he was, and I'm like, well, yeah, we knew that, Kev. What are you trying to make it like? They were the ones that caused this. It's on you, bro. And so I'm sure he, sees it differently. He absolutely sees it differently. But he came out and said, no, I'm not. There's no chance. We're done. It's over. I'm not part of it.
Well, because the other day there was a story that if under certain circumstances in a rewrite and he liked the story, that he'd be happy to come back.
Which is what he
and
said
do
in
it.
an interview.
And then
which
he
is
said,
why he came out a couple days later and said,
no,
there's no
under
chance
no
of
circumstances.
that. Yeah, there's no chance of that happening.
Weird. Well, because the thing's already done.
Well,
isn't it?
I'm sure Taylor texted him and said, dude, that's not happening. I don't know what you're dreaming about or who you're trying to fool, but that's not going to happen. How'd you like to move some time back in time, Pat? If you could, you could move back in time. All you have to do is move to Ethiopia. That's it. On September 11th, Ethiopians are going to celebrate the end of one year and the beginning of another, and they are living in 2016 as we speak. So September 11th this year, they go to 2017, according to the Ethiopian calendar. So in Ethiopia, the birth year of Jesus Christ is recognized as 7 or 8 years later than the Gregorian or Western calendar, which was introduced by Pope Gregory VIII in 1582.
I didn't know this was part of Ethiopian culture. Did you not?
I did not. That's why I'm telling you. So remember how good you had it in 2017?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Great.
So now all you have to do is move to Ethiopia.
You can experience it all over again.
It's all you. You don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
I'm excited about that. Remember to subscribe to my daily podcast, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcast. Subscribe and enjoy Chewing the Fat with
What do I
Jeff
have to pay
Fisher.
for that, though?
It's really expensive, I think.
Really? I think it is.
You know what it is? You have to pay as much as you charge for filters on the
on the Eden Pure Thunderstorm?
Pure, yeah.
Huh.
Which is nothing.
So that's zero, yeah.
That's nothing.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. You've been able to keep the price that low.
I have.
Congratulations. I know you're fighting hard for us.
You're welcome.
I know you are. All right. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Welcome. Got some tweets here to share. Hee Haw the Viking tweets, the celebration song is definitely on the Mount Rushmore of Pat Gray bits. Also, Sons of Thunder 44, the phrase that pays, don't worry about it. Toasty Mitts politics, but Pat, these young, single, military-aged men crossing the border into America are just looking for a way to support their families.
Yes.
That they don't have. Exactly.
Exactly. There very well may be, some of them actually are trying to get here for a better life and make the long trip without their family, hoping to get here and find a place and then bring their family here. I got it. But that still doesn't change. Sorry. No.
Do it the right way.
Yes.
And there's not a problem.
Yes.
Pat Head. Do we know anything about ISIS A through J? Nancy's vodka-soaked dentures. The DNC emails have been scrubbed from the WikiLeaks website.
Oh, what if that was the trade-off?
Probably.
When did that happen?
Oh, I don't know.
Just now?
Interesting, isn't it?
I don't know the answer to that.
Interesting. We were talking about the Blaze Originals. a little while ago. Let me read you this note from Glenn. He says Google is back to its old tricks. During this crucial election year, it's decided that seeing content directly related to the election isn't in your best interest. The last several Blaze Originals documentaries we released and attempted to promote on YouTube have been rejected, and their distribution and reach have been suppressed. Google claims our content spreads misinformation or election advertising, but that's not true, and we have the receipts. Sometimes we run ads to make sure our content surfaces in an algorithm that tries to hide it, but we can't even do that now. So far, 4 episodes of Blaze Original documentaries have been suppressed. Why is this happening more and more often? Here's what I think, according to Glenn. We struck a nerve, and they're nervous. We're reporting the facts confirmed by our boots-on-the-ground investigation. We know it's true because we got our information straight from the source. This isn't an automated system at work. Those at Google are picking and choosing what content gets promoted and what doesn't. So what can we do? This content needs to be seen. What they suppress is exactly what needs to be spread far and wide, and we need your help.
Amen.
We need people like you who see through the lies and are willing to do their homework. Your support makes it possible for us to continue our work. We need you to help us get these documentaries out there. If you haven't subscribed yet to BlazeTV Plus, please subscribe now. If you're already a subscriber, share this offer with friends and family so they can access the truth we're exposing in these documentaries. We're offering a 7-day free trial plus $30 off your first year of BlazeTV Plus. So you can watch every documentary released so far. Best deal we've ever offered because there's no other way you're going to see what we release. They're making sure of it. Can't do this without your support. Again, subscribe now at blazetv.com/Glenn. Use the promo code Glenn30trial and help make a difference here.
Yeah.
Because it's despicable what they're doing. It is despicable. Now, people will say, well, it's their website. It's their company. They can do what they want. Well, yeah, that's true.
Okay.
And this is how we get around that, by doing our own thing here because we can't control what Google does. And it's a shame that they don't do this fairly.
Correct. It is a shame. And I mean, for real, we know that other companies, Apple, has done the same thing.
YouTube.
Yes. Hello. It's
YouTube's owned by Google though, right?
Correct.
Yeah, for a long time now. So they're all one massive head.
Sure are.
And Google and Apple are like-minded.
They sure are.
We know that.
They sure are.
Even though they don't necessarily like each other because of their little shenanigans back and forth.
Yeah, with the Play Store and with the selling of their apps. But that's
but still, they're ideological twins.
Infighting. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's infighting over who gets the billions.
Right. I guess the New York Times is deploying 29 fact checkers for the debate. I'm guessing it's going to be completely even. They'll fact check both candidates equally and fairly this whole time. I can't wait to see. Fact checkers will join an additional 31 reporters and editorial staff they'll be using to cover the landmark
good.
debate.
Are we going to get a live fact check feed?
Yeah, I think it's in real time. I think that's what they're doing.
Okay.
The editorial resources they'll be dedicating to keep the candidates honest is larger than an entire Major League Baseball roster. Given that outsized number, you might assume it would be wise to split them up evenly. 15 for Trump, 14 for Biden, right? But come on. Do we really think all 29 of them will be impartial? No.
No.
I don't think it's going to be even close. I don't know that they're going to have any assigned to Joe Biden. They're just going to assume everything he says is fabulous and wonderful and accurate.
Yep, that's the truth.
When we know that everything he says is a stinking lie. I don't know if he ever speaks the truth. We catch him all the time. Every time we have a clip, he's spewing some kind of lie, either about himself, his past, Donald Trump, the United States of America, the Second Amendment. That's lies about everything.
That's the Blaze live fact check machine right there.
Yeah.
Biden speaking, lie. Biden speaking, lie.
Anytime he opens his mouth, it's a lie. And we got that going for us. But you know what? Things are going great inside Joe Biden's America, especially with the economy. Oh, man. KJP is here to explain just how great things are.
This president met and led this moment, and it is about him. It is not about him. It is about the American people. It is not about what political grievances he makes.
It's not about him. Every single time he speaks,
it's about him.
It's about him.
Wow, what are you, a fact checker?
Every time, yes.
Always about him.
We're fact checking in real time right now. All right, let's see the rest.
This president met and led this moment, and it is about him. It is not about him. It is about the American people. It is not about what political grievances he may have. It's not about trying to get back at people. It's about making sure that he stands with majority of Americans, and not even majority of Americans, all of Americans. Nice. The president has said consistently he is a president for Americans in red states and in blue states. It does not matter.
That.
He will
it's just
meet
not
the
true.
moment and deliver what is truly needed and what they want to see in order to make sure that we have a fair and just nation.
Look how skinny
but
that
resist,
guy is.
we much.
Mm-hmm. And we will much about that.
Whatever
it was. Why can I not remember that anymore? Sharpton.
About
that must be committed, right?
About that, committed.
Why shotgun?
Yeah. No, that's not it.
No.
Sharpton. Let's see. Because we just played this the other day.
Yeah, we did. Because we played it because you couldn't remember it.
Right.
But resist, we much. We must. And we will much about that. Be committed.
I think, I'm going to go out on a limb here, Pat, but I think the reason you can't understand it is because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yes, that's exactly right.
So is she on MSNBC yapping about the debate?
Yeah.
She.
I thought she couldn't comment about the politics of the debate.
Oh, what a good point.
Look at you.
I thought she
nice callback.
She keeps saying at the podium, I can't. Oh no.
Right.
And by the way, she has all this free time because with Joe Biden hunkered down at Camp David, she's not doing any press conferences since then,
and hasn't for weeks.
Yeah. So now she's free. Well, she did.
Did she do them from Europe?
They were traveling. We got some audio from her on the plane and stuff too. Right. She made all those trips. Yeah.
But I mean, you're under no obligation to do it every day, but
right.
So she wants to make sure she's still feeding us the propaganda. So she's making a tour now out of the whole this week.
And there was more.
I guess that's the MSNBC special block. She can talk about it.
She can talk about it over there. Yeah.
That's the only place.
Right.
Okay.
And here's more.
So yes, eggs and milk, and there were grocery things that were up. It has gone down. It has gone down since 2022. Gas prices, because of the actions that this president...
That's just a flat-out lie. It has not gone down. It has continued to go up. It's just going up slower.
And they call that a win.
And they lie about it, that it's going down. Look, when it goes in 2020 from, let's say it was $1, just to make this really easy, and it goes up to $2.50, okay? Initially. Then it goes up to $2.65. Then it goes up to $2.70. It's going up slower, but it's not going down.
And even if it does, even if you can prove that there are some items that started out as $1, went to $2, and then went to $2.50, and is now at $2.45.
That's
still
not
up.
Yeah,
I mean, I know you went down from the $2.50. I got it.
And I don't think they did.
I don't think so either.
Certainly, we're not paying lower prices
we are not.
For all the stuff that we get at the kitchen for Kexi cookies. I mean, eggs are ridiculous.
Yes.
Butter is insane. Jeez, just the lies. And they look you right in the face, and they don't get challenged on it.
Well, Al's barely
not gonna,
awake.
Yeah. All right, let's let her finish here.
So yes,
So, yes.
eggs and milk, and there were grocery things that were up. It has gone down.
No.
It has gone down since 2022.
It hasn't.
Keep saying it. It
Prices,
doesn't
because
make it
of the
so.
actions that this president took, and let's not forget there was an invasion.
Let's
Russia
pause for a
did
moment
into-
right there.
it
Yeah,
did-
because this action this president took by going into our reserves, which is what was supposed to be there for our protection.
Yeah, but he hasn't upset anybody that would want to go to war with us. So we don't need
no. There's
to
just a
be
little
prepared.
thing where in Russia, Ukraine, that's a little thing in Korea,
The fun thing-
south of North Korea, China and Taiwan.
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, Kenya is at war now in a battle.
The Sudan.
Haiti.
Sudan, which they're not even talking about.
No, they're
like
not.
150,000 people been murdered. Man, we don't even talk about it.
I like how China and Russia hang out in the Western Hemisphere now. Like it's no big deal.
Yeah.
But the fun thing about this and all these talking heads from this administration are out and about. They don't even shop for groceries. You think KJP's rolling up at the Walmart Supercenter, going through the milk and the bread and the eggs? Not a chance. They don't even know what these prices are.
And all our fans are yelling down the aisle, Curly! Curly! Can I get an autograph? All right, let's see if we can get through this. I kind of doubt it.
It did obviously into Ukraine that caused gas prices to tick up. The president took action, tapped the SPR, and we saw gas prices go down. The president has met the moment with every issue that we have had in front of us.
He's met
the
moment with every issue. Yeah, and made it worse in every moment. In every moment, the action he has taken has made it worse.
He's got a touch, all right.
And his mouth was open every one of those moments.
She was really making the rounds yesterday since there's no press conferences while Joe's at Camp David, as we mentioned. So here she was talking about drag queens because they're great. They're so great. And they're relevant. And here she is.
Had it or hit it, drag queens.
Oh, hit that. Look,
I
grew up in New York City where drag queens was you would go to drag queen brunches. It was the thing to do.
Drag queens was the thing, y'all. Yeah, that's a full quote. Drag queens was the thing.
I grew up in New York City, where drag queen
was
the thing.
Drag queens was
the thing.
The thing, yeah.
Not
were.
Drag.
They was the
Had
thing.
it or hit it.
We'd go to
Who
drag
are those
queen
blonde
brunches.
chicks? Because I've seen them on another nauseating clip.
That's their podcast,
Yeah, that's their podcast.
Who are they?
Nauseating white girls.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I have to watch that.
It's really good.
White
Terrific.
girls. Had it or hit it.
They keep the shoes on, unlike the other one.
Drag
Yeah, the other one has to sit with the shoes off. Yeah, with the socks. Yeah.
But these ones, they keep the shoes on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wow.
No, that's good stuff right there.
Wow. Keeping to our theory that virtually every living person has a podcast, there's some proof of it right there. Right there. We recently had some monumental news that nobody's really talking about. For the first time in our history in the United States of America, the interest we pay on the national debt surpassed every individual budget item except Social Security.
That's kind of cool, right?
That's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, right?
I was thinking of a different word.
Really?
Yeah, but cool wasn't among the words that I would use to describe this. We now spend more on the interest of our debt than national defense or even Medicare. And it's only getting worse as big government continues to spend. Like they print money, which they do. So that's why they keep doing it. That's why savvy investors, central banks, and concerned savers are turning to gold, something not tied to the inflated U.S. dollar. You can too, with the help of Birch Gold. For over 20 years, Birch Gold Group has helped thousands of Americans protect their savings by converting an IRA or a 401k into an IRA in physical gold. To learn more, text PAT to 989898. Get your free info kit, no obligation, and you read up on it, find out if it's right for you. This is why I trust Birch Gold, because they've got thousands of happy customers, and they're looking out for you. They're going to send you this kit. You look it over and make sure it's what you want to do. Protect your savings. Text PAT to 989898 today.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on X. Got some tweets right here. Some X's right here. From Axis Tech. If it's 2017 in Ethiopia.
Oh, well, it's September 11th. It's 2016 right now.
Right.
Okay.
But if I move there, will Donald Trump still be president? Interesting.
As far as Ethiopian news goes, yes.
Yes. Critical pathology. You can no longer compare the Biden administration to the 1970s because at least back then, NASA knew how to get people back down before sending them up into space.
Did they?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They did multiple times.
All right.
Jeffy drops a think about it on us.
Squatching Duck, 3-hour movie. We need to start a petition to bring back intermissions.
Oh, that's a fact.
Liberalism causes truth blindness. Brandon once said, "My butt's been wiped." Mm-hmm. That was probably true.
Probably.
I just read an article about him and how he's so decrepit, and that they still think there are still those who think Democrats are planning to replace him. And so they were talking about
this guy over here,
the multiple issues that he faces between the stammering, stuttering, mind meltdowns.
Right.
But they said also that there's real talk of incontinence.
Oh no!
I mean, we joked about that, but apparently
the videos that we see that we make fun of could actually be real.
Yes,
you pooped your pants.
You pooped your pants.
I pooped my pants.
Yep.
Here we go. I mean, it would explain why Jill hates him so much and doesn't walk close to him.
Sure
That last video of him that everybody claimed was the case, she wanted zero to do with him, and in fact was standing away from him and walked away from him. I mean, it was incredible.
Yep.
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
so pretty soon he'll be talking about
You
that.
pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
He's done it so many times, though, that how do you just narrow it down to just a few that you could talk about?
This is nasty.
It is nasty. It is. That we have to be talking about this concerning the President of the United States.
I know. I mean, it's bad enough to talk about it with anybody.
Yeah, but especially the most powerful man in the world, supposedly.
You can't be perfect.
Nah, that's right. I don't think anybody will mistake him for being perfect.
They will not.
Maybe he poops his pants, gentlemen, because he's had a lifelong stuttering problem. We need to get over
that's right. That's right.
We need to get over that.
Oh, sorry.
How dare you mention that he poops his pants when he's had a lifelong stuttering problem? How dare you?
Sorry. I apologize.
When it comes out, that's what they'll blame it on. Well, he's had a lifelong stuttering problem.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
that's
didn't mean
right.
to make fun of him.
Yeah, we shouldn't have said anything. All right. So even Nickelodeon is getting in on this drag queen fun, isn't it? Isn't it fun, though?
That's fun.
Nickelodeon.
Doesn't it just fill you with pride, showing who you are on the inside?
I'm gonna
with the pride flag up high.
Oh my God!
Show me your. Here we go. Red like orange, healing yellow is sunlight. Green, nature blue, harmony, purple is spirit. Baby blue, pink, white represent transgender people, and black and brown represent the queer and trans people of color.
Oh, kill me. They're not coming for your children.
That's just it's just letting you know, an informational video.
Oh my gosh!
Don't.
Letting you know what the colors represent.
Wow.
Well, they're doing an incredible job of normalizing this and making kids curious about it, making them okay with it,
Sure are.
encouraging it, promoting it.
Let's
It's
Pride
amazing.
Month, Pat.
I know.
There we go.
We're coming for your children.
Yeah, you got to see this Chet Felix Green tweet. He's a gay man who is active on Twitter, and he just fires off truth all the time.
Oh.
And he actually had a very long thread, and I'm not going to send in the whole thing here, but He first had gay sex when he was 14 years old. And he said all the men that he knew that he was having sex with knew that he was 14 years old. And he's talking about how the LGBTQ culture has no socially imposed boundaries on that. They don't police themselves. They're too consumed with protecting their political causes and shaming right-wing bigots.
That's for sure.
Teen sex work is the norm in LGBTQ centers. Trans icons glamorize being prostitutes as teens, and it's viewed as a rite of passage. 13 to 17-year-olds are a high HIV risk group. Progressives view children as sexual beings and independent from their parents.
Wow.
That's the culture.
Wow.
Protected from scrutiny. And
good for him.
There you go. Nickelodeon just...
little truth bomb there.
Feeding right into it. Yep. Now, you'll recall, since it is a drag queen time right now, at the end of yesterday's show, we were looking up at CNN, you know, the network that's going to be hosting a presidential debate. This is the interview that we were remarking on yesterday.
I'm curious.
Are you for real?
First of all, what this day means to you, and second of all, have both Democrats and Republicans agreed to meet with you?
Is she a flight attendant?
Yes.
That's awesome.
If you want her to be.
That's awesome. With both Democrats and Republicans. And I'm really excited to go speak with all of our lawmakers about the attacks that we're seeing on our LGBTQ community. It's so important to talk about and to discuss
Who's attacking you?
Protection
And make your
for
bed.
our queer community.
He's at a hotel.
Can I
Make your
let
bed
you
before the
listen
live
to
shot.
the current sentiment that's
He's at a
being
hotel.
shared by former President Donald
Angle
Trump,
the camera
who, of
away
course,
from the bed.
is running for re-election? Here it is.
We're going to take care of our capital. On day one, I will sign a new executive order to cut federal funding of any school pushing critical race theory, transgender insanity, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content onto the lives of our children.
Oh, that's true.
Good.
In those three things, he mentions what he calls transgender insanity. If he's voted in as the next president, what will that mean to you?
Well,
we already see so many attacks on our queer community. I already don't feel safe in my own hometown, just dressed in drag like this.
Yeah, shut up.
Shower
I
curtain.
can't. I just can't anymore.
It's a freak show, man.
Everywhere. Unreal.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
We're just loaded with so much fun today. Like the Deputy Secretary of Defense, Kathleen Hicks, discussing the need to create a cultural change in the military at multiple Pride events, including most recently on June 5th, during a DoD Pride event for the Association of LGBTQIA2+ service members in June. Hicks discussed listening to the needs of service members, including LGBTQIA2+ individuals. We've heard concerns about policies focused on the needs of non-binary service members. Please know our commitment is resolute, just as it has been over the past 3.5 years, to continue our progress in full alignment with our focus on readiness and our focus on the well-being of our people, on which our readiness depends. In fact, there's a military base in South Korea, U.S. military base, that has just said that you can wear a pride patch on your uniform. So that's good. That's good, right?
Well,
Yeah.
it's for morale.
Yeah.
And you want to make sure that...
Of course. So the patch, because you can't legislate love. You can't stop love.
Thank you.
Love is love. I would also think you can't stop the number of people you love. So why can they also wear polygamous patches on their uniform? You got your pride patch. I'm really proud that I've got 2 wives or 2 husbands.
That's the second term of the Biden administration.
Okay. All right.
You got to pace yourself.
How about the incest patch among consenting adults? Let's say I've got a brother or a sister that I just love. You can't control that, right? We're both adults, consenting adult. Can we do an incest patch as well?
Absolutely. What's the
People
other one?
who pleasure themselves. What if I'm proud that I pleasure myself on a regular basis? Can I wear a pleasure myself patch?
Well, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Jeffy's like, there's a patch for that?
The polyamorous patch.
All of this sexual stuff. Why are we doing this? Why is it getting progressively worse every day? I mean, I don't care what you do in your bedroom. I don't care. Do it, whatever. But I don't have to celebrate it with you, and I shouldn't have to put up with this in the U.S. military, where the focus should be keeping America safe. Not, yeah, you can wear patches. We're going to make sure you're proud of your sexuality. Make sure you can celebrate the rainbow of colors, and we're going to make sure that our kids are indoctrinated. Okay, it's gone way too far. It's time to stand up and say, stop it! Stop! Go ahead and do what you do. I don't care. I don't care. I'm just not going to celebrate it with you anymore. All right? Don't make me. You can't make me do it. I don't know. It's so out of control.
Trans women are not a threat to women's sports.
That's another thing. Martina Navratilova is under fire again because she's speaking out against men playing against women in tennis and all sports. She's against it. Now, here's a woman who was a trailblazer for the LGBTQ community.
Absolutely. Later,
absolute trailblazer.
Barbed wire for those people.
Right. Between her and Billie Jean King, I mean, she brought so much awareness, and everybody was like, okay, whatever. So, okay, she's really good. She's
great.
One of the greatest tennis players of all time, female-wise. She knows, though, what it takes to be a great women's tennis star, and she knows that men are going to have an unfair advantage. And that's why she's speaking out about it. They are bludgeoning her over it.
I've noticed that the attacks have really been coming the last few days, and I was trying to figure out why. I read 2 stories about people upset at Navratilova, and nowhere in either article that I read were there like updated quotes or something that she just recently said. No, it was just quotes from people who were offended by her that these outlets have been sitting on for Pride Month, I guess. Hoping, now we're getting to the end of Pride Month. She hasn't said anything that was so inflammatory they could add in these articles like, well, I guess we got to print it. It's the last week of Pride Month. That's all this was. These were just articles about people that are mad that she's not on board with them, men and women's sports.
She doesn't have to be.
It's unreal.
She doesn't have to.
Plus, there's you shouldn't be on board either. Any woman shouldn't be on board.
Yeah.
Just shouldn't.
So bad.
What are we
so
even doing?
Unfair. So ridiculous to women's sports to be trying to allow this. Trying to allow the takeover of biological men in women's sports. It's despicable. But how are things going in our churches for Pride Month?
Is there a church pride patch?
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
There is at this church, as we're about to see.
It's the Pilgrim Church in Carlsbad, California. There was a recent call to worship.
Okay.
Oh, they got...
Look at that. Yeah, flags.
That's great.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
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 As you are able, do you care to, could you stand for us, please?
As you're able.
Do this call to worship.
Okay.
Well, some people aren't.
Yeah, some people can't stand up.
Right.
In the image of God,
Pause it for a second. He didn't want to do the Joe Biden thing. Stand up, Chuck, when you can't stand up. So thank you for that consideration. I appreciate that.
She was doing
He didn't
that.
come up and say, hey, stand up if you're not handicapped.
What if my feet hurt? Do I have to stand up?
If you're not a crip, stand up.
That's a gray area, Pat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
God knows your heart.
There you go. It's a
I
posture
would
of
stand
your
if
heart.
I could. Yeah.
It's the posture of your heart.
Okay. And there's more.
In the image of God, you created everything and called it good.
In abundant diversity, your likeness is found in us.
We reject all messages that belittle or degrade any among us.
And so in faithfulness to God and one another we proclaim.
Here we go.
Sacred are our bodies of every size and disability. Blessed are our sexualities, drawing us towards love of many kinds.
Of many. Well, that's not what the
Every gender,
Bible says.
revealing you.
No, he's reading that.
Talking about gender.
To our skin, beautiful in every shade.
Yes.
Say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise God, our Creator, who blesses us with this world. And blesses us with these bodies and our fellow creatures, all created good, very good.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Good. Very good.
What's with the rainbow strobe lights in the background there, too?
Okay.
It's their church, man. Get up.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Get off them, Keith. Get off them.
Stained glass windows. Now explained.
Anything goes. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. So He created your body, so do whatever you want with it.
Their church, it's a pilgrim church.
He didn't give us any guidelines, by the way.
No, he didn't.
I guess there were no guidelines on how you could use your body
Skip
and other
Leviticus
people. Yeah, just skip it all.
Skip Leviticus. Awesome.
Skip it all. Wow.
It's hard to watch.
Wow.
It's really
Sure
hard.
is. Sure is. They shared a message for queer youth.
Oh,
though.
great.
Oh, good.
So this will be uplifting, I'm sure.
Help us mirror to one another that you are a God who makes no mistakes.
Is that Nelson from The Simpsons?
Let these prayers reverberate.
Pause it for a second.
It is.
Okay. Right. He's a God who makes no mistakes.
There we go.
And I'm
Okay.
sorry, if you're a man, you're a man. Right? If you're a woman, you're a woman.
Well,
He
no,
didn't
there's
make a mistake.
there's
So
a
what
carve
is
out.
the deal
No,
here?
there's a carve out.
There's a carve out.
Carve out.
It's a little
Is there?
asterisk.
Okay. All right. Let's hear it.
He knows how you feel.
For queer youth, you are beautiful and wonderfully made as you are. You are queer enough as you are. Your journey to discover who you are in your queerness is a gift to bear witness to and worthy of celebration.
Amen.
Keep going. Keep embracing yourself as you are in bloom.
Getting queerer.
You are enough as you are, and you are yes to God always.
Put the lights.
For queer ancestors, thank you for your relentless resistance so that advocacy, love, care, and justice could be manifested and continue in this moment.
That's a big pride flag, too.
That's a huge
Yeah.
flag.
That's, really
That's like
big.
something Elton will wear.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Boy, that was
Nice. Huh.
cool. All right. Has a tornado ever hit Carlsbad, California?
Oh, man.
It
That
will
is
after this.
Crazy. Wow. I mean, that's a church just based on your sexuality, right?
It's religion, like you.
Yeah,
you've
it
been
is.
saying.
It's a religion. Yep.
I feel like God's against pride. Maybe not.
I mean, your God, maybe.
Well, since it's one of the 7 deadly sins.
Not my God.
I don't know. I don't know.
God knows what he made. Okay.
Remember, it's a posture of your heart.
Thank you.
Okay. And what's this last thing? And there's
a
Siloam Church of Christ.
Oh, we're done with pilgrims?
Oh,
They're doing,
yeah, now we're going to Canada.
They're doing some great things for Pride
they
Month as
are.
well.
Yes, they are.
So here we go.
Ooh.
Pride Sunday. Siloam.
Very,
Nice.
very
As
produced.
we are called to make right with our siblings
Is that
before we come
Moose
before
Gay?
God
Moose Gay.
to offer
That's the same
worship,
thing.
we acknowledge that Siloam United Church
Siloam.
is situated on the traditional territories of the Anishinaabe,
Oh.
Haudenosaunee,
Get off.
Lenapehoik,
Then go. Can you take your church somewhere else? Right. Good stuff.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Happy Pride.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. All right.
Oh,
Where's
we
your
can do
pride?
better.
Where's their
Happy
flag?
Pride.
Happy
Happy
Pride.
Pride.
Happy Pride.
Please
Pride.
join me in a responsive affirmation.
Oh, no.
This is adapted from our vision statement
Oh.
when we
It's
became an
adapted.
affirming
No,
ministry.
adapted.
At Siloam United Church,
Siloam.
everyone is a child of God, and all God's children belong.
Yeah.
Everyone
Right.
belongs, no exceptions.
As followers of Jesus and his message of love, inclusion, and justice, we affirm and celebrate the qualities, characteristics, and gifts of every human being, including their age, race, ethnicity, gender identification, sexual orientation,
No, this is her part, dude.
abilities,
Oh, yeah.
marital
You're the
status,
bold part.
family configuration, socioeconomic condition, and life experience.
At Shalom United Church, we are an affirming ministry.
PFLAG is an international peer support
How did we just?
organization.
That's a jump cut.
We support families
What
and
are we
individuals.
doing?
We didn't finish our.
Wait, I wanted to hear the rest of the.
I know.
Well, PFLAG
Three
Canada's got
provinces
something
in
for you here.
Canada,
Okay.
Saskatchewan, Alberta,
This is the sponsors.
and New Brunswick
A sponsor.
have passed legislation banning access to health care, chosen pronouns,
see.
No.
Those are that's like
No.
Texas, Florida,
Sports and washrooms.
South Carolina.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. They won't allow men into
These
women's
bills
locker
cite
rooms.
parental
I can't
rights.
take it.
Oh
What
no.
about the parents who
No.
are choosing to
Now listen.
support their child on this journey?
Yeah.
What about the fundamental
beauty.
rights of
What a
the
beauty.
children that these laws are affecting?
Yeah.
These
Boot that.
bills
What's she
remove
laughing at?
safety, mental health
Is she
support,
gonna laugh or cry?
and bodily
gonna
autonomy
cry.
from youth.
She's gonna do both at the same time.
Why is she
Oh,
wearing?
and now
we're
we
back
jumped
to her.
again.
Wait, what do we got here?
Oh, we got to sell,
we got a
some,
new
we gotta sell some
t-shirt.
merchandise.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
You got the merch.
And the mask. Nice job. Oh, that's a cherry on top. The freaking mask.
Holy cow. That is amazing. All right.
That's a church.
What is that all about?
That's a church.
That's about inclusion, acceptance, promotion. It's great.
And merch.
And merchandise.
Boy,
yes,
the West
indeed.
has fallen.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, good night.
Ooh-wee.
The party's over.
Well, let me tell you about this. Did you know that the majority of your grocery store's meat aisle was imported from some random country or countries from overseas?
I did not.
Yeah, it's true. It's true, Jeffy. Some kind of mystery meat. It's kangaroo or aardvark or something. We don't even know what it is.
Man,
you want to eat aardvark?
No.
Well,
I personally do not.
I don't think I want to and know it.
Right. Yeah, right. Okay. All right. But if you're going to eat aardvark, you want it medium rare.
And thanks,
right?
It's the only way.
The problem is, even if it says product of the USA, that means it was packaged here. Doesn't necessarily mean it was grown and raised here. But Backyard Barbecue has over 500,000 happy customers across the U.S. They grow their beef right here. All of their animals come from this country. And they've got American-based customer service teams of stay-at-home moms that will make sure your order arrives on time. Get the person in your house who buys the groceries to go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed and buy all U.S. American meat today. You'll save 20% off your entire first order. When you subscribe, you'll get another 10% too, and free shipping. So that's 30% total for your first order. Backyard Butchers is on a mission to bring American-raised, harvested, and affordable meat back to the dinner table. Go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed today.
Pat Gray.
All right. Some rumors circulating about Donald Trump's vice presidential running mate. Apparently he's decided. I read this morning that he's narrowed the VP choice down to 3. Those 3 include, and are apparently limited to, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum.
Right.
No.
J.D. Vance.
Yep.
And the third is Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with Rubio, I think.
Again, though, from Florida.
Yeah, right. That's true.
So I'm not sure how that's going to work out.
I don't know. Well, aren't we hearing? We're hearing a rumor it's going to be Vivek.
Right. Well, there was a
I don't know if it's true
video
or who spread
clip
it.
of Trump's plane taking off, supposedly from Cleveland, on an unannounced visit to Ohio.
Yeah.
So they were, saying, "Oh, it's Vivek, it's Vivek."
Well, it could be
JD,
Vance too.
yeah, JD's and all.
Yeah.
Too, yeah. And I saw a picture. I will say, I saw a clip of Burgum making the rounds on some of the weekend talk shows. And boy, he sounded like a VP.
Oh, jeez.
Burgum did?
Yes, he did.
Oh, jeez.
Yes, he
brings
did.
nothing to the table.
He brings globalism is what he brings. He brings tied at the hip with Bill Gates is what he brings.
Yeah, that's true.
This Doug Burgum guy should not be in the Trump White House,
When
much
did
less
you
the
become
vice
such
presidency.
a Burgum hater? I thought you were part of Burgum Mentum. Seriously.
Also, yeah.
He's not the one that sent
When
me the
did you-
money. Remember that? That was the Miami mayor.
But he did that, though.
But yeah, he did that. But a lot of people were saying that. Just what you just said, Keith. Didn't Burgum send you the money? No, he didn't. It was Sanchez.
Yeah, it was Miami. I knew that it was from the Florida guy that you stole money from. But
stole money from. I donated $1 to get
20. Can I just tell you? It should have been. It should be Ron DeSantis. Unbeatable ticket. Fills in the gaps in the base where Trump might be a little bit weak. It would set the GOP up for 2028. I mean, why is it not Ron DeSantis?
Because
That's who
Ron
it should
believes
be.
it should be him alone, without Trump.
Maybe. But I don't
think he would turn it down. Is
I
that
don't
what
think
you're
so.
thinking?
Yeah, I don't think so.
DeSantis would turn down the number 2 spot?
No way. No, if it was offered, he'd have to take that because, again, it sets him up for 2028. You're the incumbent, essentially, in 2028. And you know that this president can only be there one more term.
Yeah, that's the thing.
4 years from now, you're the guy.
That's the thing. A vice president only has to hang on for 4 years.
And you know that for a fact because it can't happen any other way. So would have made so much sense, but
which is
it's not
why
gonna happen. It's not going to happen.
Which makes the case for Burgum, right? Because Burgum's not going to run and to be president, which sets it up for DeSantis.
Yeah, maybe there's just too many hard feelings there between the two of them. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is, but it sure.
But you're
going to
need strong states, regardless of who the next president is.
Yeah, I thought we were having DeSantis move from state to state.
That's true. Yeah.
I thought we had decided that he's going from state to state to
so he'll take over in
right.
Georgia when Kemp leaves.
Yeah,
Texas when Abbott's gone.
Whatever state needs help, he's going to be the governor of.
Utah could use some help right now. They've lost their way. This progressive guy that they just elected last night in the primary. Why? Ugh, agonizing. But also, speaking of agonizing, we got Nancy Pelosi referring to the U.S. Supreme Court in this clip. She was with Anderson Cooper, right?
I don't know what point she's making about the Chief Justice. Watch this.
Okay.
Do you have confidence in the Supreme Court? I mean, they've yet to rule on this immunity thing, all this thing about Alito and the flags and Clarence Thomas and his wife.
Really?
I mean, do you have confidence in the Supreme Court?
No, she doesn't.
No, I think they've gone rogue.
They've gone rogue.
Unfortunate.
Gone rogue.
But it's unfortunate further to see what the other justice. What happened to the Chief Justice?
What does that mean?
What? I don't know. What happened to him?
Knows.
What happened to him?
Somebody do a welfare check on John Roberts. What does that mean?
What? What are you talking about?
What happened to him?
I don't know exactly. Do you know? Okay, let me tell you about this rogue Supreme Court. They're so rogue. They're so radical that from December to April, out of 18 rulings they did, out of 18, 15 of them were unanimous. 15 out of 18 were unanimous.
So 3 weren't.
3 were not.
I'm not good at math, but I'm just trying to figure it out here.
No, you did. You did a really good job there, Jeffy. Congratulations. I got a gold star for your forehead.
Thank you.
Put it on right after the show. But it is the most united at the start of a session of any Supreme Court in modern history.
That's how rogue they are.
That's how rogue they are. Yeah, that's how out of control this conservative court is. And then one of the most recent was not unanimous, but it was 8-1. I mean, they couldn't be any more united than they are now.
Oh, yeah. What's her face wrote the dissenting point? Yeah.
Ketanji Brown, Jackson. Smith.
Holy
Jones,
cow, how she is
Robinson.
in the Supreme Court.
Yeah, unbelievable. And then the Spanish Supreme Court, this is kind of interesting. They just ruled that a kiss without consent is sexual assault. What could go wrong? Nothing could go wrong with that, right? Somebody stealing a kiss and then they're charged with sexual assault. I'll bet that'll go really well in Spain.
Is this a residual from that soccer thing?
Yes, that's exactly
Incredible.
what this is.
That country
Is that amazing?
lost its mind, man.
Yeah.
Yep, that is what started it.
Yeah.
They ruled that a kiss without tacit consent can be considered sexual assault.
Cool.
I mean,
just months before, Luis Rubiales will stand trial over his unsolicited kiss in the Women's World Cup.
Unbelievable.
It's still ongoing with this guy.
You're gonna have to let that go, y'all.
No, they can't. Not until he's put in the gas chamber.
Yeah.
Not until he
He
gets
has to be
the electric chair. You know, we got to execute this guy for what he did.
I'm surprised Spain hasn't already.
Can you imagine how? I mean, in junior high or grade school, when I don't know, some kid kisses a girl because he's sweet on her. Are they going to be brought up on sexual assault charges?
Jeffy's got a good point.
I mean, why does it have to be a girl?
It doesn't
first
have
of
to
all?
be.
Yeah, come on.
Some guy kisses his, significant other, boyfriend on the playground.
Thank you.
Yeah. Either way,
it's assault.
He could be charged with sexual assault. I mean, these interpersonal relationships between men and women, men and men, women and women, just to fill in the gaps there for you, Jeffy. They're really challenging now.
Yes, they are.
Really, really kind of scary. And, I mean, what happens when the relationship sours and you're just going to say, you could. He kissed me without my consent.
That would never
happen.
Pat.
Oh, it's going to happen all the time. It's going to happen all the time.
I know.
You're going to be locking people up left and right. My gosh. I tell you. my first kiss with Jackie was not consensual.
Oh.
I was standing there minding my own business, seeing her off at the door, and she jumped me. Almost knocked me over the railing.
she attacked
off
you.
the porch. Yeah, she attacked me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she leapt and put her arms around me and kissed me because I think she was tired of waiting for me to make the move, and so she did. And I'm going to bring her up on
I was
charges.
going to say, you're going to sue?
Yes, it was 40 years ago, but
Just for the
still,
record.
though, I don't think the statute of limitations ever
I'm
ends
looking
on
it
that.
up right
does it?
now. Utah, apparently,
Okay.
you're good.
All right.
No statute of limitations for most sex crimes.
There you go.
Oh, you've been served, Jackie.
And you're about to be homeless, so you need the money.
Right. Thank you.
So we need the money right now.
Yeah. By the way, the Greenwich family just saw the house last night in
And?
person. Don't know yet. Haven't heard.
You have your cell phone, right?
I do.
It's powered up.
Mm-hmm. So
You
is
know
Jackie's.
you know how to operate
They
it?
did not call
You
us
get a
last
text
night,
or
so I don't know.
Oh.
I'll tell you, I've got such mixed emotions on this. I mean, do I want to sell it? Sort of.
That's not a sure.
Kind of.
I mean, you're already
Kinda.
already sitting on stools.
Yeah.
I
She's
know.
kicked you out of your room.
It's the beavers, right?
You've
You're
been
attached
forced
to the
look-
beavers.
You've been forced to
I'm gonna miss the
watch
beavers.
the little black and white
But
TV in the front
the
room.
beavers.
Who's
But what
gonna
about
take
the
care of
beavers,
them?
Jeffy? Yeah, thank you.
Feed them every day.
See? You gonna
All
take
right.
them with you? Pack them up.
Is
Let's
that
go.
even legal? I don't know.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.